And we're live. How you doing, everyone? This is your host, Jesse, aka Jeezy, aka whatever you want to call me. I am here with our next guest, and this is Angelo. Angelo, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Good morning to you,
Yeah,
Jesse,
good
and thanks
morning.
for having me here as well.
Hey, you're welcome, man. I love that I'm getting more and more guests. Obviously networking with the RCFE class really just open up the network of just possibilities. So hey, man, thank you for coming on.
yeah, you're welcome. It's always nice to have a lot of friends. You don't know. My dad or my brother told me that you don't know, one day they might be the person helping you out. You'll
True.
never know
You never
whether
know.
whether they are a janitor right now, or
Hmm.
someone whose position is not really that good.
Hmm.
But don't look down on them. But eventually, someday, they might be able to help you.
Absolutely. Just be kind, be nice to everyone, and you can help them out, and maybe one day they can help you out. So I agree, man. You just never know where this world is going to take you with these twists and turns. So, so tell us a little bit about you, man. Where did you grow up? What's your story?
Well, actually, I don't know where to start, but yeah, here it
Start
goes.
anywhere, the beginning or just recently. Talk a little bit about you.
Let's start after I graduated college.
Okay.
Okay, I did my internship here in West Virginia and in Michigan
Okay.
as a chef. So
Mm,
that was the first time me being away from my family.
really?
Yeah, it was like it
How was
opened
that
up my eyes.
experience? Really? Like
Uh,
how would you say it opened up your eyes?
because back in college, it's like you going to school,
Hmm.
school and then friends, school friends. It's like, but I never really studied back in college.
I
Because
think a
I'm
lot of people probably didn't. They probably, were too busy partying, having a good time. So,
well, that was me back in the days. But I'm a type of person who does more practical rather than reading books or being studious.
okay.
Because that's why I ended up being a chef. I like to cook.
Mm.
Cooking. You won't gain your experience if you're reading books.
Hmm. No, I
Um,
get it. It's when you're cooking, yeah, it's all good to read the recipes and see it on paper, but nothing like getting your hands dirty, huh? And just
Actually, yeah,
really
that's so
testing
true.
it out and just kind of feeling the right, I guess even just I don't know. You tell me, as a recipe, there's many ways to make it, right? When you see it on paper, it's not just the numbers and the ingredients, right? There's
Mhm.
more that goes to it, correct?
I'll put an example. You know
Yeah.
Filipino adobo, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, adobo. Every place has its own version of adobo.
Hmm.
Some people put some pineapple. Some people put
Hmm.
potatoes.
Hmm.
Some people use chicken, or some people use
Yeah.
pork, or they mix it up. It's chicken and pork adobo. Some has a lot of sauce in it.
Hmm.
Some has a dried adobo.
Yeah.
But in traditional adobo, they just use vinegar. They never use soy sauce.
Mm.
So
Gotcha.
these things, we just I think the best way to explain it, a recipe, is that a chef or a cook or a person, they always just try to adapt what is the available ingredient in their place or in their region, and then they
Mm.
try to adapt it into this recipe.
Gotcha.
That's why it ends up being different from one another.
So where did this first passion for cooking come when you were little? I mean, did your family kind of maybe teach you some recipes? Did you maybe just get curious at a young age, or you tell me?
My dad is actually a great chef.
Oh, okay.
He's I've been idolizing him since I was young.
That's cool.
Uh, back then, I always just try to help him out, like baking the recipe of my
Mm.
our family recipe of banana cake. Uh, that was handed down by his great grandfather.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So until now, up to this day, I still know it by heart without even looking at the recipe.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
and it's really fun because cooking, once you smell the freshly baked something freshly baked out of the oven, it's like wow, it's like something amazing.
I know exactly what you mean. So I started doing these meal preps, and then I realized, I don't like to really, I guess, cook it and then store it.
Hmm.
I've been realizing, like, I like to just cook it fresh.
Yeah.
So I'll keep the chicken just raw, and then I'll cook it for lunch and dinner,
Hmm.
and then just get, put a little oil for some fresh frozen veggies, and throw some rice, and there you go, some chicken, rice, and veggies. Just
Yeah, a balance, a well balanced meal. It's gonna get you going, you know.
yeah, yeah. People don't realize that, nutrition and proper food is very important, especially when it comes to like getting in shape and working out, and being healthy, because what you put in your body is really big.
Yeah.
People do the Starbuckses or maybe something fast food for convenience, not realizing, that all that sugar or all that processed food is just bad for you, and
It's
it
really
takes
bad for you.
it takes a toll.
Fitness enthusiasts always say that abs are
Mm.
made in the kitchen.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah, you know, but also you need proper nutrition to help you build your muscles and to help you
Yeah.
recover your muscles as well. That's
Yeah.
why sometimes you just keep working out but you don't eat right. It won't help you develop your body.
Yeah. Somebody told me like it's 70% nutrition and 30% working out, or 60/40. I don't know. It's somewhere like that percentage. But yeah, nutrition is very, very big, for those people that are out there working out and thinking that your little walks or your little runs are going to be a difference. It's like, no, you gotta start with what you eat, and then do the
Mhm.
walks, and then do the runs, and do the working out. So yeah, totally, man.
Definitely. And the most important thing about that is your will, because without a will, and then if you don't know how to resist all this temptation, all this food,
Hmm.
you'll
Hmm.
just end up like eating whatever you want to eat.
Self-control. I know,
Yep.
man. It's hard. I still find it hard. I mean, look at me. I got a bag of chocolates right here.
I
But
got a bag of popcorn chips right here.
these are for my guests. So my last guest, I have these little gummy
Oh,
worms.
gummy worms. But
So yeah, I
sometimes
have
it's
my
help you.
guests come over, and I gotta give them some nice treats and
Yeah,
popcorn.
definitely. But it helps
Yeah.
you like it helps you think sometimes, when you're trying to study.
Yeah.
The only reason why I have it here is like on movies or whenever I try to study, I need to nibble on something.
Yeah, and popcorn for me, I get the really low calorie popcorn, so it's not so, fattening on me. So as you can tell, I'm in my movie theater seat. So, I love watching movies, so popcorn just goes hand in hand with the movies. How about you, man? Any movie recommendations? Do you ever watch any for a movie buff like me? Anything you would recommend?
Right now, well, I've heard your previous podcast and your podcast with VJ. Well, you guys talk about Top Gun.
Yeah.
That was
Did you,
amazing.
did you
That
see
was
it?
a showrunner.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
hell yeah. I loved it. It was pretty cool. It was like very immersive, action packed, and just kept you kind of like going along with the story. And it was
yeah.
pretty interesting.
And I'm very fortunate that I'm friends with PJ.
Yeah.
Because he toured me in the base, and I actually saw it take off and land.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a real life experience of Top Gun.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great, man. I wish I could do that, and he's lucky, he's get to be the pilot, and really just see the world from, a fighter pilot, perspective, just
Hmm.
I can't imagine. The closest I come to that is probably I skydived and then just jumping from the plane and feeling that force and the rush.
So are you like an adrenaline junkie?
That was my one thing that I did. No, for the most part, I'm pretty safe and conservative. But that was kind of like my wife wanted to do it, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna let you outshine me.
Yeah. Have you
I'm not
tried
gonna be the guy on the ground.
you should try go bungee jumping as well.
You know what? She did it, and a bunch of friends did it, and I went with them.
Hmm.
But I wasn't feeling good that day. I had like because we all went drinking the night before,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know. I think I just overdid it that day, and I just really didn't want to take my chance on the bungee jump. Probably jump or fucking throw up, or probably shit myself. I don't know.
It's like the moment you jump, it's like you're spitting out all this vomit.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, my stomach. Yeah, I wasn't gonna take a chance, so I actually passed on that day. But it was so crazy because we had to walk 5 miles or hike 5 miles just to get to the place, and
Damn.
everybody was just dying. Everybody was just like, ah, like I barely made it there. I was just like my feet. I had to take off my boots, and my feet were already getting like what do you call it, the bunions or whatever feet. And yeah, we had to walk and hike 5 miles back. So by the time we made it back to the car, I was just crawling. I could barely stand up, and but it was fun. It
Yeah.
just kind of like I've never had to push myself, that far in such shitty conditions because I was feeling bad,
Hmm.
and just making it out, after like 10 miles, I was like, I could do it, and it was fun. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, it's always fun to be in nature.
Yeah.
Nature is like it like what it says on the book. It's a natural medicine. One
Mm,
of a natural medicine.
okay. I like
Um.
that.
And me, when I try to distress or release my anger, uh,
Hmm.
I, I go to the nature. I go to the woods or I go to the beach. It's where I try to connect myself with God.
I saw your Instagram. You had some really great like photography photos.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
they were like, the beautiful, yeah, the woods and
It's
some
like
other
it's
location.
always curated. I try
Yeah.
to
Oh,
edit my
really?
photos the least. I
Really?
don't really edit them like that much. I just try to
Okay.
enhance the colors.
Okay. I like that though. It's really cool. What were some of the places you visited?
On my Instagram, well,
Yeah.
I would say that the most posts that I have there is actually from Iceland.
Really? Wow.
One of a kind country.
Okay.
I went there with my now with someone. I went there with someone. And we stayed there for like 10 days.
That's beautiful.
You, we rented a car. We went around. I drove. I, I we didn't book any like what do you
Hmm.
call that, like the group
Hmm. Group trip.
group
Yeah.
tours. I don't do that. I just every time I go to a country or some place where it's easily accessible by car,
Hmm.
I would go and rent a car and then just drive around
Do
and
it on
then
your own.
do it on your own,
Explore.
explore the place,
Yeah. I like
see
that.
the scenery. Man, I gotta recommend go to
So
Iceland.
do they speak like English up there, or
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a I was gonna say, I know that's where like the Vikings originated. So is there like their own local language, or
Um.
it's just all
Uh.
English?
They have their own language. I'm not really familiar with it, but
Hmm.
they speak English very well.
Oh, cool.
And I
I
gotta
have
say
to check
this,
it out.
among all the European countries,
Hmm.
I don't want to discriminate anyone or anything. But yeah, they are the most friendliest European country.
Nice.
Most
So
friendliest, most welcoming.
So what are some of the other places from Europe you visited? Have you
I
visited like the major ones?
uh well, it's because of my work. I visited Paris,
Mm,
uh, and then I also had a chance to visit Italy.
nice.
Um, but yeah, Iceland actually, that was one of our dream destinations. It's because of the aurora borealis lights, the
Okay.
northern lights.
I love that. I've always wanted to go see them. I was just talking to the person that I just interviewed yesterday that they were living in Alaska and Anchorage and they got to see the northern lights. And I was like, man, like I always wanted to do that. I wanted to plan like a guy's trip and, maybe go fishing and, go check out the northern lights. And that's one of my bucket lists. So
Oh,
definitely want to see it.
definitely. But yeah, the time we went there, it's like it was like raining season, so
Okay.
we didn't really like see it. We didn't had a chance to see it. Like it's really um, what do you call that? Like the light is really blooming. Like it's really wow. You know.
Hmm. Well, I wish I could see it, man, because it looks beautiful every time I see the photography and the photos. Um, it's just one of those bucket list things to do for me. I know traveling, I got a lot of continents I want to hit before, I call it a wrap and, shuffle off into the next world. But what are some of the things you want to do, like for your bucket list?
For my
Maybe
bucket list.
maybe that doesn't include traveling, but I guess I don't know if bucket list is before you die. So, what are the
Um,
things you want to like do in your life before you call it quits?
to be honest, uh, to have a family of my own.
Okay, I like that.
That's the real bucket list of mine. You know, to see my kid grow up. You know, still to be able to enjoy a life with my kid one day.
Yeah,
Um,
in good health.
in good health.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, that's one of my bucket list because to be honest, my family is not. We have our own separate lives now. I'm the
Hmm.
youngest among the boys. I'm
Oh, really? How
like
old are you?
30, 33.
Oh, you're young, man.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm still young, but
Yeah.
all of my family, they're all of my siblings, they're all
Mhm.
married.
Oh, wow.
Even the
Well,
youngest sister, my youngest sister, she lives down in LA. She's married already.
okay, nice.
I'm not sure if she's starting to plan her own family, but she's still young. She's 1996.
What is that? I think that's the same age as my niece. She was born in 96 or
It's
97.
like
So,
26, but she's still
uh,
young.
yeah, 26. Correct.
She's
Yeah.
enjoying her life, living in LA. My mom lives in LA as well.
Oh, cool. How about your
Yeah.
dad? Does he live there too?
My dad, he's back in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
And there, one of my sibling lives in Japan, which is one
Hmm.
of my dream destination as well.
That is cool. Yeah, I talked about that, and I'd love to see Japan and Tokyo or Nagasaki or what's that other place? Hiroshima.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to visit those places, and I'm very fascinated by the whole World War II. So,
Oh
like I
yeah.
was talking about, I'm going to a trip in Paris actually in December,
Oh
and
wow.
my plan is to go see Normandy, and just go look at the history of the things there. So, if I ever get a chance to go out to Japan, it's definitely Tokyo, and then like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Um, so yeah, that's cool, man.
Uh, the only reason why I travel a lot, one is to see nature,
Uh-huh.
and the second part is to always eat nice food.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah,
Uh,
you always want to try the food.
yeah, and I honestly haven't been to Japan. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but I gotta recommend to you Ichiran Ramen if you like ramen.
I do.
Yeah, so that one is the most famous ramen shop or restaurant there.
Where is it located? Where?
Let me just try to see where it's located actually. Ichiran Ramen. Ichiran ramen. But yeah, I think this one you could order as well from here in the US,
Mhm.
where they, during the pandemic, it it became popular
Mhm.
to have those ramen. It's not like really an instant ramen, but it's still made
Mhm.
from them.
Mhm.
Uh, where they have this set box where you just have to heat it up yourself. They have the sauce, the noodle,
Cool.
the char siu.
Mhm.
It's included in one box.
Okay.
So yeah, location. Oh, they have locations here in the US now.
Oh, really?
Wow, Brooklyn, Midtown, Times Square. But yeah, the most authentic one you could get is always where it originated from.
Cool. You know what's funny? I went to Paris, didn't like the food.
I have the same idea.
I was like, mm,
Their
and
food is
it's
so bland. There's no
it
taste in it.
it's a different palette, it's different ingredients, and it's different condiments.
Mm,
So it just I don't know. It didn't I don't know. It was lacking a little bit of flavor or maybe
exactly.
the right combination. Maybe because we're so used to it over here in the US, maybe high sugars or high salt. Who knows? Maybe for us it's different, It's like I think I read somewhere like on Reddit. I don't know if you go on Reddit, but there's a lot of great forums where they always talk about, differences between like European and American. And one
Mm,
of them, I think it was like, oh, there was a visitor from Europe that came out here and just tried a piece of bread and was like, man, this is like full of so much sugar. And then
mm,
the guy tried it. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, it tastes fine. I was like, and just I think their palate is just way different than ours. Just kind of like we put so much sugar in our breads and our grains and everything else that we do. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to know more of like the huge because I didn't like it. But who knows? Maybe this time around when I go back there in December, maybe I'll
mhm.
like it. So maybe I'll be more open to it. So I'm gonna give it a second chance.
Um, well, Paris is really famous for their desserts. Actually,
I didn't like it either.
you didn't like it either.
No, there was a nice, cool little pastry piece of whatever it was, and I was like, okay, at least I'll have this as a dessert. And no, it didn't taste good.
All right, I gotta recommend to you La Durée.
Moderate, sure. I love recommendations, by the way. So
La Durée.
where is it at?
LaDuree. Let me
Uh-huh.
try to find the location. La Durée in Paris. They have a
Okay.
lot actually. It's a really famous
Let me
sweet
see
shop or macaroons. They have
here.
eclairs as well, but the most important thing to order
So
from them is macaroons.
I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. Check it out. So this is 2014. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was actually at the Eiffel Tower. And oh, here, wrong direction. It was this way. And I tried it, and it just had differently. And this is the pastry that I was telling you about. This is the dessert. And I just this is another one. It just didn't taste good.
It looks like it's ketchup on the bottom.
You know? But it's like a little bit of raspberry, and I think this is like
Yeah,
some
it's
custard.
like a coulis and a custard.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just kind of like
Yeah, not all of the places or restaurants in Paris is it's really good. But
but when I
yeah, I
do
would
go,
recommend Laudere for sweets.
okay, yeah, when I do go, definitely send me any recommendations
I'll
and
send
any
you. I have a favorite. We have a favorite restaurant for steaks there. It's
okay.
really good. That
I
one,
love a good steak.
when you if you like flavor, they have the flavor,
Gotcha.
and you get a refill every time.
Oh, I love that even more. So you can have like what, just unlimited steaks? Is that what you're telling me?
Not unlimited steaks, unlimited fries and unlimited
Oh, unlimited
salad,
price.
but the
Okay.
steaks you get two refills.
Oh, no, that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's like an 8-ounce steak in front of you, and then you get a refill for another one. It's like 16
Okay.
ounce.
That works. Okay. Yeah. If you have any other places you got, just I go in December, but go ahead and just send it to it in the chat. And then when I get closer, in case we start chatting and it gets
Yeah,
lost, I'll ask you again. I'll be
absolutely.
like, hey man, what do you recommend? And I'll
I
probably
always
ask.
have a lot of recommendations, but just sometimes, like talking right now, I always
Mhm.
forget the place where it is, but I always remember them through photos, through my
Oh, really?
photos. Yeah, because
Okay.
photos are my memories. I always recall things when I see the photos.
Yeah, same here. I catalog all my photos. So I got photos that I started taking way back in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as little smartphones became a thing with the camera, I was just snapping away, and I just kept everything. So um a few photos have gotten lost over the years, but you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about buying a nice camera, get some really good quality camera to take with me since I do like taking so many photos during the trips. So if you have any recommendations for a camera, let me know.
The most friendly user camera
Mhm.
is the actually it's the one I have. It's Fujifilm
Mhm.
X-T20. But of course they have newer versions already. But this has been my camera for a long time already.
Cool. I'll probably look into it, man. So definitely on my trip, I'm gonna get some nice high quality photos.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna jump into this segment of the podcast where I'm gonna start asking some direct questions, and let me get some feedback from you. So let's see. I'm gonna hit you with a nice, interesting one, which I've kind of been very fascinated to hear people's response back to this. If you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would you choose?
I would probably say our previous president in the Philippines,
Okay.
which was Ferdinand Marcos. Because
Okay.
history history has its way of going forward, and then it has been rewritten and rewritten, and you don't know
Mm,
the truth. Because some people say he's a bad person, some people say he's a good person. So
hmm. What do you think he was?
I cannot say anything. It's like I just you know people, our politics has been trying to manipulate the
Hmm.
history.
Okay.
They need that to brainwash the people, so they could.
Hmm.
Well, our country is corrupt, so
Mm,
they might just use it for corruption to brainwash everyone and to manipulate everyone. So I want to know the truth, the real truth.
yeah. Yeah. No, I get you. So, pretty interesting response. I like it. So, someone that's still around.
Yeah.
So, okay, how about this one here? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live?
Oh wow. Wow. That's a really hard question, because I'm always half-hearted when it comes to living in the beach
Okay.
or living in Iceland.
Mm. Is it
But
cold
yeah,
up there? Or I'm sorry, isn't it like Iceland really green and
it's
beautiful?
green. It's
Yeah,
green
yeah.
and it's
I
really
was already
beautiful.
thinking automatically it was really cold, but it's green, huh?
Yeah, it's green. It's green. Most of it's green. It's like it's really like rock formations,
Okay.
nature over the coast, shorelines, like mountains. It's like, oh damn, I can't imagine. It's like,
Well,
Game of Thrones. They always shoot it
yes.
there.
Oh, really?
Game of Thrones. Yeah, yeah, it was Game of Thrones. I actually could share a picture of that one. I could show
Yeah,
it
if
to
you want to
you.
share.
Um,
There you
hold
go.
on. Can
So
yeah,
I like that. I like that answer, Game of or Iceland. So okay. If you want to share a photo, go ahead and share it. I enabled a little sharing so we could for those listening, we're doing this via Zoom,
mm-hmm.
because Angelo, remind us where you're at currently right now.
Uh, I'm I'm actually in Belmont,
Up north of
up
California.
north in California. Where's
Cool.
that share screen? There you go.
Yeah, so it's been very convenient for me, just kind of with all the classmates, to do this with Zoom.
Yeah, so yeah, here you go. This
Oh,
is
that's
Iceland,
awesome. That's
and
beautiful.
everywhere you go in Iceland, it's like
Yeah, that's
so.
awesome.
Well, honestly, Iceland is where I got engaged.
Ah, look at you. I didn't know you were engaged. Congrats.
Oh, well, we kind of called it off, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was during the pandemic,
Okay,
it's something to help ourselves. We're still friends.
that's good.
Um, or I could say I think we still have mutual understanding of each other because we've been together since like 2013.
Oh, wow. That's a long
And
time.
she, before our class started, she was just here to visit me.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah. So yeah, those are a few photos of Iceland. It's like
No, yeah, looks amazing. Looks great. Yeah, like
anywhere you go, trust me.
I'm gonna definitely get me a nice camera when I go, and that way we could have some good memories.
Yeah.
Like it.
I
I have
think
some
this is the engagement photos.
dude, that's awesome.
We got engaged inside an ice cave.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I'm gonna stop sharing screen now. It's like reminiscing.
No worries.
But
Okay,
yeah, it
but
brings a lot memories back. We went there, I think it was 2018. Yeah,
okay.
2018.
Yeah, the photos that I sent that I was sharing with you earlier also those were 2014.
Mm.
So it's going on 8 years. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to going back there again and you know, discovering new places because we were only there for 3 days because it was like London, Paris, and Rome. It was 9 days. So each day or each location was 3 days.
Mm.
And 3 days isn't enough,
Yeah.
especially
It's
when you
always
get
not
jet
enough.
lagged.
At least for a big country,
Mm,
something like 10 days or 2 weeks, you
yeah,
know.
I agree. Yeah, 10 days or 2 weeks. Okay, so let's keep this moving along
Mhm.
and on to the next question. So let's see. Um, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Pet feed.
Yeah.
Um, mhm. Coffee. I'm addicted to coffee.
Well, I was saying pet peeve, meaning the things that annoy you the most.
Oh, annoying me the most.
Yeah. So that's
Ah,
a pet
sorry.
peeve.
I think I got it the wrong way. What annoys me the most?
Yeah.
Um, hmm, I'm not really sure. It's like I'm this type of person who doesn't give a fuck.
I like that answer though.
Meaning to say like I don't give a fuck whatever about your thinking or
Yeah.
whatever you do in life, as long as I'm in the right path of my own.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I don't step down on anyone or step on anyone's toes. I mean,
I
I
like
still
that,
don't give a
man.
fuck. It's one of the books that I'm reading. It's like, have you ever heard of Mark Manson?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know his book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck?
No.
Well, excuse me for my words. I mean, it's
No, no,
based
no,
on the
no. I
book,
want
but
it. I like it.
yeah, the book it's like living your life freely,
Yeah.
without having thoughts of or without being nowadays social media always like every
Mm.
time you post about something, it's like people always they're like keyboard warriors everywhere. But for
Yes.
myself, with my personal life, I just don't give a damn about whatever everyone is thinking about.
True. I like that, man. And you know what? People get too wrapped up in other people's opinions or other
Yeah.
people's um, perspective of what they think about them.
And
It's
they let
like,
it affect them all the time.
yes, I agree. It's like you'll live a happier, rich life if you stop caring so much about other people's opinions, trying to
Exactly.
please everyone. and
Exactly.
just worry about you, like live your best life.
Exactly the point.
There-
Live your uh, best life in your own face. Don't
exactly.
try to compare it with other people's
Nope.
life, because the
No.
moment you try to start
Hmm.
comparing your life with others' life, it's like it's like a red flag for you that
Hmm.
you know you will not be able to live a happy life.
I know. I like that, man. I really appreciate you kind of sharing that. It's kind of like something I also heard too in that regard. It's you could be the most beautiful, tastiest peach in the world, and at the end of the day, someone's not going to like peaches.
Yep, actually.
So that it doesn't matter. Just worry about you.
Worry about you. Exactly the
That's it.
point. And
That's
the
the
people you
secret.
love, the people you care
Yes,
about.
obviously, of course, absolutely. Make sure you keep those relationships flourishing by nurturing those relationships you want around you,
Yep.
because it's a relationship is give and take. It's
Mm-hmm.
not take like other people, normally probably do. You have to water it, and take care of a relationship as if it were a flower.
Exactly. And also one piece of advice there is like you always have to choose your own friends. It's not
Mhm.
it's not something it's not that you don't want to be friends with everyone. It's
Mhm.
more of you wanting to have a peaceful life,
Yes.
you know, because if you keep on trying to what do you call that word? Trying to please everyone. It's like
Hmm.
your life is not going to be happy at all.
Yeah, you got
No,
to
no,
please
no.
yourself.
You got to please yourself
Yeah.
and God.
Mhm. I like
That's the
this,
most
man.
important one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
I like this positive reinforcement. Some of the big running themes of my podcast has been like mental health and just positive reinforcements
Oh,
and helping people kind of like view themselves,
hmm.
in a positive way, give themselves encouragement, give themselves like mental support for their mental health.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, man. Just kind of sharing stories and advice
Well,
and opinions.
to be honest, Jesse, it's like
Go ahead.
I've been in a place where I always put myself, no one else but myself. I
Hmm.
always let myself in a corner,
Hmm.
and then I always get back up.
Hmm.
During the pandemic, I lost my dream job.
Okay.
I was an in-flight chef for a first class.
Wow.
So that was the biggest goal I have had in my life.
You know what's funny? I never even knew that first class airplanes had a chef.
Oh yeah.
I
I think it's only popular in Middle East.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, in Middle East they're very popular, and I think
I mean, I wouldn't think you could fit a kitchen in an
there's
airplane.
no kitchen at all.
Oh, there is. So how do you do it then?
Well, we always try to improvise as much as we can.
Okay.
When we try to poach an egg, we just cook it in a bowl. When we
Mm.
squeeze a lemon in it, we try to stir it, and then when we drop the egg and put it inside the oven. An
Oh,
oven of an airplane is different
I
from the
bet.
real oven that we have at home.
Yeah, I bet. I was like,
So
man, how do you get burners? How do you do like pan, stir frying stuff, or like how would you do those
you
things?
know what's really funny is that okay, every chef who goes for a flight, we all have our own mini pans,
Oh, really?
and that's where we cook.
There you
First
go.
class, they always get freshly cooked eggs. By the way,
Nice.
which is really nice. It's not some typical prep cook meal for you in the economy class.
Yeah.
But I myself cook an egg for myself as well on the flight. It's like,
There you go.
I'm the one cooking it. Why not eat it as well?
Man, I gotta start flying some more first class.
Yeah, gotta use your miles.
I know.
But yeah, going back to losing my job. Yeah,
Yeah, tell us about that.
I lost my job during the pandemic. It was due to transition of our company.
Hmm.
Uh, and the airline, because
Yeah.
I was under the sister company.
Mm-hmm.
All the chefs were under the sister company, and then the airline had this idea that they should just hire their own chefs.
Oh, okay.
So our CEO never really allowed for us to transfer. He only signed, because enable for you to transfer from a
Mm-hmm.
company to another company, you would be needing the signature of your CEO.
Mm,
That was the law from Saudi.
I see.
So yeah, but he promised us like we'll have our own jobs if we stayed with him and all. Okay, then so we just stayed, and then pandemic began.
Yeah. And
Pandemic
everyone stopped
started.
traveling. Everyone
Yeah,
stopped going places and tourism just dropped.
yeah. I totally lost myself when that happened. It's like it was announced to us that hey, we're not gonna renew your contracts anymore, so you
Mhm.
have to go home. I was stuck in
Wow.
Saudi for 4 months doing
Oh,
nothing.
wow. Saudi
And
Arabia?
yeah, in Saudi Arabia, because
Wow.
that's where my base was.
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, how is it like up there? Because I hear it's very, very strict, very,
Very conservative.
yeah, very conservative, Sharia law and strong
Mhm.
religious. Um, I don't know. How was
Um,
it for you?
um, for me it was okay because I'm a guy.
Hmm.
I'm
Oh,
I'm a guy.
yes.
I have nothing against that country, but believe me, back in the days, they said it was worse when it comes to
Hmm.
women's rights.
I bet.
You know,
Hmm.
but it's the king now is really good.
Hmm.
Um, they are opening up to the women's rights more.
Hmm.
Before their women cannot drive at all.
Wow.
They cannot even have a license.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah, it's
now they're at least, opening up the women's rights. At least
well, that's
women
good.
can drive, women can start working.
Hmm.
It's like I'm really proud of what the new king there has been doing, because
I think I've
equal
heard of
equal
him.
chances to everyone.
I think I've heard of him, and I think the idea behind all these new changes, the new way of thinking, has obviously been because the world has become more connected, and everyone sees what's going on in real
Hmm.
time and is connected and sees everything. So they kind of maybe need to evolve. And then I think also, I think I was talking this with Vince or whoever. They're really trying to increase the tourism
Yep.
there because that oil is only finite for a little bit, and then once that oil runs out, it's like you need to generate money, and that's why they started building all these hotels and resorts.
Yeah.
So definitely need the world, and you kind of need to change with the world to accommodate them. And I think that's probably the idea behind it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Uh, to be honest, I have no idea about that one as well. But yeah, I think it really is the reason why they're trying to open up to the world a bit more, which is really good actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because now before, ladies should be wearing like tarha.
Mm-hmm.
This they have to
The
cover their
full, yeah,
face, their
cover everything.
body.
Yeah.
At least now all the women who are tourists or who
Mm-hmm.
aren't Muslim, they're freely they are free to wear whatever they want, as long as it's not that revealing, but
Yeah.
at least you're not really covered up in your body.
Yeah. I can't imagine, isn't it like really hot over there too?
Yeah, it's really hot.
Yeah. It's
It's really
like,
hot there.
I can't imagine just being covered up completely. I'd be like burning.
And then imagine them like walking around,
Hmm.
running. They're still wearing that.
Oh,
I always go on a cycle and go to the beach there. It's
hmm.
like you could see the ladies, they run
With the full
with the
everything,
full
full cover, huh? Wow.
with the full cover. It's like,
At least
damn,
they're
isn't that
running. I
hot?
mean, but yeah, running and covered up. Oof,
Isn't that uncomfortable for you? It's like, oh
I would
damn.
think
It's like,
so.
so yeah. So well, where was I? After losing my
Yeah.
job,
Where
after
were
being
you at?
stuck
Yeah.
in Saudi,
Mhm.
I went back in the Philippines. I was so
Okay.
lost, man. I was so lost.
Oh, okay.
And then I was alone all the time because of the lockdown and everything. I couldn't apply anywhere. I couldn't find a job anywhere.
Okay.
So that's what I did is like I always never lose myself in a manner where I tried to do suicide or think about having suicidal thoughts.
But
I
depression does take you to those dark thoughts.
Yeah, depression gives you a lot of thoughts, but I always try to entertain myself as much as I can.
I like that.
Um,
Yes, because you
you know,
should.
I went to buy a Vespa,
Mm,
a
yeah,
scooter.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
If you can imagine, I drove that scooter, that Vespa, from my place, and then I went to a beach somewhere in the
Mm,
Philippines. I drove
okay.
for like 6 hours.
Oh wow, it's a long ways.
It really is a long way, and scooters, they're not allowed really on highways.
Hmm.
Uh, Let me just convert it here. It's like an interstate. You're not allowed to drive on an interstate going somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like but the fun is there because you get to stop somewhere in the
Yeah.
city where you get to experience the
Stop.
food.
I like that.
Because food always makes me happy. Food
Mm,
is happiness. The more you explore and the more flavors you have in your mouth, it's like, ah, damn, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
hmm.
Even though it's temporary happiness,
Yeah.
um, it's something that helps you become or go back to your normal state where you are
Hmm.
the happy person. Yeah, because being happy, I guess, or not losing yourself or having the will to survive in this life. That's what I've been fighting all my life. I
Hmm.
mean, I've had my alopecia thrice already,
Okay.
and I never gave up in my life. Like this never really brought down my self-esteem or
Hmm.
confidence. But yeah, looking in the mirror sometimes,
Hmm.
it's like I just make fun out of it already. It's like it's because I'm used to it that I get this condition where I always lose my hair, but it's not something to bring down myself. You know, Sometimes it's you can just turn something negative into positive.
I like that.
That is where that is the tipping point of where you should be handling your stress. Something negative, you know, it's like
Yeah.
problems in work. It's like if you have a problem in your work, it's like don't complain about having problems. Instead, just
Yes.
find a solution or find
Yes.
a way to solve that thing.
I always say that all the time. So it's funny you mentioned that's like when something bad happens to you or a problem happens, it's don't don't dwell on it and don't complain about it and
Hmm.
don't let it, demoralize you.
Yeah,
It's go find the solution, go find something that's going to take you out of that funk and take you, into the better mindset. It's like,
to a better version of yourself all the time.
yeah, it's like just you don't want to go back to that feeling or that thought or that negativity. It's like, go turn that negative into a positive.
Yeah,
you know
always, 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 always do that.
I like that, man. So I'm gonna give you one bonus question out of my questions that I was just asking you.
Sorry about that. I'm
No,
really
no worries.
talkative person.
No, I like it. See, that's why I don't try to stop you or anything. So you
I
have a
always have.
thought, run
It's
with
because
it,
I have a lot of experiences in my life
and I
where
want you to share them.
you know it's really
Yeah.
nice to share it out there, all these experiences and
So
all this self-help, um how to boost yourself or
yeah.
how to get out of a negative situation.
Hmm. So I mean, you say you have all these experiences and you have all these great advice. So I want you to share with us and give us like maybe a story or something that you've gone through that you came out on the other side, for the better, for the positive. So if you have anything you want to share with us right now, I mean, the floor is totally yours. And yeah, just kind of want to hear from you. Want to hear from you and your experiences.
Yeah. Just like what I said earlier, it's like losing my dream job.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Yeah. In life, it doesn't stop. It doesn't really stop if you lose everything,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a believer. I mean, I don't always go to church,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, but I have faith. I have deep faith in God that He always has better plans.
Mm-hmm.
I always used to say that, oh, God ruined my plan. I
Mm-hmm.
know He ruined my plan because He has another. My brother made me realize that God never ruins your plans,
Yeah.
but instead, think about it. He always just has a better plan for you, but never blame Him. Never blame Him negatively,
Yeah.
for losing something,
Yeah.
because it was already written that He already made a better plan for you.
I like that.
You
Cool,
know.
man.
So yeah, the the moment I lost my dream job, it's like it's a gift, because it was something negative that I lost a job,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also a gift and a blessing at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
because now I have all this time in the world to know myself better, to explore myself better. Don't think about the negative, that shit, blame yourself every day. It's like, I
Yeah.
lost my job. What did I do? What did I do wrong? It's like, don't do that. Instead, think about the positive side. It's like, always think about the positive side. Now, what do you have now? You have all the free will in the world. You have
Yeah.
all the free time in the world. Now, go explore yourself.
I like that, man.
Things that you have never done. Uh, I'm a chef, but I've never used to. I'm never comfortable baking a bread, but I did. You know,
Really?
I'm,
Okay.
I never, I never baked a cake that I don't know, but I did. It's like it's always something. It's always something nice, and
Yeah.
the
Something
best part,
new.
yeah, the best part of losing my job actually is where God led me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right here.
Here we are.
Here we are. He led me here so I could have a better understanding of myself, how to be more patient because of our residents. I'm working in a developmental disability facility.
No, I didn't know that.
So yeah, I'm not working with the elderly, which
Mhm.
where we are studying, but
Yeah,
yeah, working with people who are mentally disabled. You have to have your patience tip top,
absolutely. Yes.
and that comes from experience, because if you are, well, I used to be an angry person.
Hmm.
you know I used to blame a lot of things,
Yeah.
but God's
Blame other
plan
things. I know.
turned me into becoming a better version of myself.
I like that, man. Definitely growth right there. And that's very mature of you
Always,
because
always. Mhm.
you have to look at it that way. Bad things are always going to happen and you can't control them, but you could control how you feel and how you process and how you react towards it. So
Yeah,
I like it.
the most important thing about that is your control of your emotions.
That's what
Have
I
you
always
watched
say.
have you watched the new movie of Adam Sandler, Hustle, the
Hustle.
one on
No,
Netflix?
everyone keeps telling me about it. So I'm
You
probably
should
going to
watch
watch.
it.
I,
He always
there you go,
reminds
man. I'm
his
going to add it to
player.
my queue.
Yeah, he always reminds his player to keep your cool down.
Mm.
Always control your emotions. It's like sportsmanship in
It's
their
funny you
in
say
their
that
field.
because, again, one of my famous quotes that I always say, it's like, control your emotions. Don't let them control you.
Exactly. Don't, like what we have been talking about earlier.
Mhm.
Don't let others' opinions affect you, because that would control your life. That would
Yes.
control your situation.
Yeah.
Instead, have
You're in
control of your own
control.
emotions. Yeah,
Yeah. You're in control. You decide what affects you, what you allow to bother you. So you have that power. You're the bouncer and you can bounce out whoever you want. Like, hey, I'm not going to let you in. So
absolutely. It's like, I
So
don't give a
yeah,
fuck about you. Go
I
away.
exactly. I don't give a fuck. That's it. Best way to describe it. It's absolutely right. Just go give a fuck about the things you care about. Stop caring
Exactly.
so much about the things that don't. It's like go about your day, go about your business.
And the only thing, a last piece of advice, and this is what I've learned from the books or from short clips that I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, learn how to pay it forward.
Yes, I would agree.
If you could help as much people as you can,
Mm-hmm.
at least try to do it even in a small way.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I totally
just
agree.
inspire others.
The world is full of assholes. We don't need more assholes. We,
Exactly the point.
we
Exactly
need
the
more
point.
Angelos and we need more Jessies and we need more
Hey,
positivity.
hey.
Yeah,
Like,
we need to go share, our kindness and our generosity and go show people, this is a better way. You don't have to get so wrapped up in your emotions
yep.
and blame others or get angry. It's like let it go.
Yeah,
Just
always let it go. Oh,
yeah.
and I would be recommending this one app.
Go ahead.
I'd be recommending this one application in my phone.
What's it
Where is
called?
that? Okay, it's called Motivation.
Okay.
With you there.
Yeah, I can see it.
So you get like mini quotes every day there. You know, here's one.
Mhm.
When you fully trust someone, without any doubt, you finally get one of two results: a person for life or a lesson for life. So these quotes, it's like I try to
Mhm.
read them every day, like at least one of them every day.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like it's about self-help, it's about boosting your confidence, it's about learning a lot of values
Yeah.
in life that no one has ever taught you, but at least try to be positive, to be
Mhm.
try to always be on the positive side of yourself,
Mhm.
you know. And
Oh.
the better way to start a day is always smile. Have a smile the moment you
Yeah.
wake up. At least smile, think of some happy thoughts, and at
Yeah.
least fix your bed, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fix your bed,
Fix
because
your
the moment you
bed,
fix your bed,
smile.
it's like, oh, I cannot go back to my bed, I cannot ruin my bed, I gotta stand up, I gotta do something, you know. Always
Yes.
be productive in your day.
Be active, moving around, smile.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Smiles are contagious. It's kind of like what was that one commercial? I think somebody just started walking around and then smiling, and then that smile was contagious with everyone that
Yeah.
the next person met. And yeah, it's like I always say, positivity is contagious.
Mhm.
Negativity too.
Mm.
Negativity is like, if you're going to be an asshole and you're going to run into other assholes. It's like, wouldn't you rather be around positive people, nice people?
Yep.
So yeah,
And people could inspire you and help you, you know.
exactly. I like that, man. So, all right, we're almost hitting that hour mark, and I again, sorry, I have a hard 11 o'clock stop. I'm gonna have to do, but for our last segment, I just kind of want to leave it all up to you. And any last message, any last quote, or any last little story you want to share with the audience before we wrap this up?
uh, well, to be honest, I'm not really when you ask me point blank there, it's like I cannot really think about something. But yeah, never give up in life, you
I like
know.
that.
Never give up in life. The moment you give up in life, you will start losing yourself, losing your world, losing everything. But always have faith in God,
Hmm.
that He always has a better plan for you,
Hmm.
and always put in your mind how to become a better version of yourself every day.
I like it. That's what I always try to strive for. I
Mhm.
always try to look for the best version of me, and that's I no one's perfect.
Yep, no one
Um,
is perfect.
you're
We
gonna make
always,
mistakes.
as long the most important part, as long as we learn from our mistakes and never repeat it.
Yes, and yeah, never give up hope.
Mhm.
As you can tell by my little drawing, it says there is always hope.
Yep. There is. With love.
There is always hope.
That's nice. I like that actually. I like that. I like that wall you have there.
It's a Banksy. He's a good artist. If you ever want to see an art movie, it's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. I would
Exit through the
recommend
gift
it.
shop.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, well, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up, and I thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Angelo, for being on the show, and look forward to staying in touch. And hopefully, good luck to you with the state exam.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good luck to you as well, Jesse. And thanks for having me here. It's an honor.
Okay, man. Well, I look forward
I had
to
a lot of fun
keeping in
today.
touch. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got to know you more, and my audience got to know you more, and hopefully, we'll do it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay safe. Stay
All right,
safe.
you too, man.